All right, let's dive into a fascinating property paradox right in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. It's a story about a truly incredible financial opportunity, but one that comes with some very, very real compromises.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if you could buy a brand new, freehold property in a prime KL location for literally half the price of everything around it? I know it sounds way too good to be true, but that is the exact scenario we are unpacking today.
Just take a look at these numbers. It's kind of wild. On one side, you've got Dutamas Dahlia, which is one of these affordable housing projects, and it's priced at a government-controlled $300,000. Now, these programs are great. They're designed to help people get into the property market. But then, right next door, you have similar condos on the open market selling for over $600,000. That massive gap, that's the paradox we're digging into.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk money. Let's get into the huge financial upside and break down exactly why some investors are calling a deal like this a holy grail.
So the whole thing hinges on this really cool investment concept called an asymmetric risk-reward. See, because the government's goal here is to provide housing, not to make a huge profit, the entry price is kept artificially low. What this means for you is that your financial risk is pretty much capped at that 300,000 ringgit price. It's like a built-in safety net. But your potential for profit? Well, given the location, it's practically unlimited.
And oh, that location is absolutely crucial. Dutamas Dahlia is in an area that's being rebranded as Mont Kiara, and this neighborhood is changing. And it's changing fast. It's going from kind of industrial and gritty to a hub for luxury living. I mean, you've got premium condos like Alix Residences popping up right next door, and that gentrification is like a powerful tailwind for property values here.
Now for the number that really gets investors excited. Rental yield. Get this, with the right setup, good furnishing and all that, this property could generate a potential gross yield of 8.6%. To put that in perspective, that's more than double the Kuala Lumpur average. It's an absolute powerhouse for rental income.
And all of this leads to the ultimate dream for any property investor, right? Positive cash flow. After you've paid the mortgage, paid all the maintenance fees, you could be left with an extra 850 ringgit in your pocket every single month. The property doesn't just pay for itself, it's actively making you money from day one.
But of course, you knew this was coming, didn't you? Every incredible deal has a catch. So let's flip the coin and look at the lifestyle downside. This is the very real, very daily price you have to pay to get such a fantastic financial deal.
A quote from the source analysis really says it all. The traffic isn't just an annoyance, it's a severe lifestyle tax. It's a cost you pay every single day, not in money, but in your time, your stress, and your sanity.
And this creates a paradox within the paradox. It's so strange. On a map, you have amazing access to all the major highways. Duke, Plus, Sprint, you can get anywhere. But that last mile, just getting from your door to those highways, it's a daily nightmare. We're talking narrow roads, heavy industrial trucks, and total gridlock, especially with a big international school nearby.
So if you're even thinking about living here, the analysis suggests this simple, brilliant test, the commute audit. Don't just look it up on an app. You have to physically drive the route from the property to your job during peak 8 a.m. traffic, and then ask yourself that one critical question. Can I honestly do this every single day?
And hey, it's not just the traffic. The area really isn't walkable, so you are completely dependent on your car. You've also got that constant hum of highway noise in the background, and all the dust and activity that comes from a neighborhood that's still, well, a bit of a construction zone.
But honestly, the traffic and the noise, that's all small stuff compared to this next point. This is the single biggest catch. For many, it's the deal breaker. We need to talk about the 10-year rule.
So this rule is called a moratorium, and in plain English, it's a legal lock on the property. It means you are banned from selling it on the open market for a full decade. Now, the government does this for a good reason. It's to stop speculators from just flipping these units for a quick buck. But what it means for you is that you cannot cash out your investment for 10 long years.
Let's just put that on a timeline so you can really feel it. Say you get your keys in 2025. That means you are locked in until 2035. Think about that. That's a huge chunk of anyone's life. Your money is completely tied up, and you have to be 100% ready to hold this asset for the full ride.
I love the term the source analysis uses for this. They call it the golden handcuffs.
And it's perfect, right? You're locked in, yes, but you're handcuffed to an asset that is likely growing in value the entire time. It is the ultimate test of patience and financial planning.
So, okay, we've seen the incredible financial highs and the really serious lifestyle and liquidity lows. Let's bring it all together for a final verdict to help you figure out if this kind of opportunity is the right fit for you.
This report card, I think, tells the whole story in one glance. It scores an A+ for rental yield and an A for potential appreciation. I mean, fantastic, but that comes at the cost of a B- for livability and a D for liquidity, all because of that 10-year lock-in. It's a real study in contrasts.
So for a pure buy-to-let investor, look, the verdict is highly favorable. Cash flow is king, the yield is incredible, and you can even think of the moratorium as a kind of forced long-term savings plan. If you've got the patience and the holding power, it's a financial winner.
But if you're actually planning to live here, the whole story changes. It becomes a major trade-off. Yes, you get to live in a premium area you probably couldn't afford otherwise, but your payment isn't just the mortgage, it's the daily sacrifice of your time and your comfort. And you have to be brutally honest with yourself about whether that trade is worth it for you. And that leaves us with one final question that really gets to the heart of this whole property paradox. When it comes to building wealth, what are you more willing to trade? A decade of your time or your daily comfort? Your answer to that question tells you everything you need to know. Thanks for tuning in.